Picture the scene. A solitary house, standing silent against the biting January wind. A thick, unbroken blanket of white covers everything. The snow, pure and virginal, seals the doors and windows. A perfect, undisturbed shroud. Not a single track mars its surface. It's a portrait of absolute isolation. But inside this silent tomb, a scene of shocking violence. A man, Professor Grimaud, lies sprawled on the floor of his study. A single dark stain blossoms on his chest. He has been shot dead, yet the room offers no answers. The murder weapon is gone. The police find no fingerprints but the victim's own. And most chillingly, there is no way out. The room is a sealed box. How the hell did he do it? This is John Dixon Carr as the Hollow Man, the impossible crime that baffles detectives around the world. Stay tuned for 15 minutes for the explanation that blew my mind. Like now if you hate the impossible, subscribe with bells on, and comment snow if you believe in ghosts. Let's go to White Hell. Professor Charles Grimaud, an expert in Old French, laughs in a tavern with friends. Enter Pierre Flay, French illusionist with broken clown mask and crazy eyes. My brother is worse than me. He's coming for you, Grimaud. He'll kill you, he growls, referring to a bloody past in Paris. Grimaud throws him out. Let him come to hell with him. Pierre leaves laughing with a hollow echo. That night, Grimaud walks alone. Bang, gunshot. He is found dead. Bullet in the heart. Snow around him untouched. No footprints. First impossible crime. Magician's trick or supernatural revenge? Comment your theory number 1 below. Like for the double. The police are baffled. But a new figure enters the fray. The brilliant, eccentric Dr. Gideon Fell. With his booming laugh and sharp intellect, he's the only one who sees a path through the impossible. The city of London descends into a state of panic. Newspapers print sensational headlines. The Phantom Killer of London. Ghost stalks the snowy streets. The public, gripped by fear and fascination, whispers tales of vampires and ghouls. Ancient curses brought to life in their modern city. Every shadow seems to hold a threat. But just who is this Dr. Gideon Fell? He is no ordinary detective. A massive, jovial figure, often seen in a swirling cape and carrying 2 canes. Dr. Fell is a man of immense intellect and appetites. His booming harumph is as famous as his ability to unravel the most tangled of crimes. Interestingly, Fell was based on a real person, the famous writer G.K. Chesterton, another larger-than-life figure known for his brilliant paradoxes and detective stories. Carr created Fell as a tribute, a character who embodies the idea that logic and reason can triumph over the seemingly supernatural, all while enjoying a good pint of beer. At Scotland Yard, Inspector Hadley is at his wit's end. He stares at a map of the crime scenes, the evidence laid out before him, making no sense. It's impossible. He slams his fist on the table. No footprints, no weapon, no escape. Are we hunting a man or a mist? Every lead is a dead end. Every witness account a contradiction. The pressure from his superiors and the public is immense. To understand the present, we must look to the past. The animosity between the Grimaud brothers was forged in the brutal confines of a Hungarian prison years ago. They were both masters of illusion, but their rivalry festered into a bitter hatred. They made a pact. One day, one would escape, and the other would hunt him down. It was a promise sealed in darkness, a vow to see who was the superior illusionist, even if it meant death. Minutes after Grimaud's death, another body is found. It's Pierre Flay, the illusionist. Shot dead in the middle of a street, with fresh snow all around him, yet not a single footprint to be seen. A witness heard a voice cry out, "The second bullet is for you." 2 impossible murders in one night. The city holds its breath. Dr. Fell, at the scene, begins to ponder. This is a problem of diabolical illusion and impersonation, he declares to the stunned inspector. Dr. Fell begins his famous locked room lecture. How can a murderer disappear from a sealed room? There are several ways, he explains, his eyes twinkling. first, it may not be murder at all. A complex suicide or a bizarre accident, cleverly disguised. Or, he continues, the victim was driven to their own end through subtle suggestion or a slow-acting poison, making the moment of death appear to be the moment of the crime. Perhaps there was a hidden mechanism. A spring-loaded gun, a device triggered from outside the room long after the killer has left. We must also consider impersonation. What if the man who entered the room was not the killer? What if the victim was already dead, and the killer was just an illusion to create a false timeline? And what of the door itself? A lock can be tricked. A key returned under the door, a bolt manipulated with a thread, or even a simple block of ice used to drop a latch into place after the door is closed. Dr. Fell stands before the two crime scenes on a map, a whirlwind of possibilities swirling around him. The snow falls, the clock ticks, and the hollow man waits. The solution is there, hidden in plain sight, but more impossible than anyone can imagine. Dr. Fell revisits the first crime scene. He considers Grimaud's dying words, not a suicide. Couldn't use a rope, roof, snow, too much light. Had a revolver, the words hang in the air, a puzzle in themselves. He also notices a detail others missed. A large, ornate mirror, slightly askew on the wall. The solution to the first murder, Fell announces, lies in a trick of light. He explains, the killer, Pierre Flay, did enter the room. Grimaud, anticipating him, wore a polished steel plate under his coat, angled like a mirror. When Flay entered, Grimaud positioned himself so the bright ceiling light would reflect directly into Flay's eyes, momentarily blinding him. Flay fired, but the blinding light caused his aim to falter. The bullet ricocheted off the steel plate, striking Grimaud by pure chance. Flay, believing his shot was true, fled the room. It was Grimaud himself, mortally wounded, who locked the door from the inside, creating the perfect locked room before collapsing. The gun? Hidden beneath his own clothes along with the makeshift mirror. Now, for the second impossibility, Dr. Fell continues, turning his attention to the street where Flay died. No footprints in the snow? That's because the shot wasn't fired from anywhere near him. The voice that was heard, the second bullet is for you. That was Grimaud. Grimaud, a master of planning, knew his brother would be waiting. Before their confrontation, he had positioned himself in the house directly across the street. It was from that window he shouted, and from that window he fired the fatal shot that killed Pierre Flay. A simple, long-distance execution, disguised as an impossible, supernatural event. Dr. Fell concludes, 2 murders seemingly performed by a ghost, but in reality, it was a tragedy of human design. A dance of mirrors, timing, and misdirection. The hollow man was not a phantom. He was 2 brothers locked in a fatal embrace who created their own inescapable hell. The final image is of the snow-covered house, now just a silent monument to a brilliant, tragic crime. The Hollow Man, published in 1935, is more than just a detective story. It is a masterclass in the art of the impossible crime, a genre that author John Dickson Carr perfected. Carr, an American who spent much of his life in England, was a giant of the golden age of mystery fiction. His work is celebrated for its intricate plotting, atmospheric settings, and the sheer audacity of its puzzles. He challenged readers to look beyond the supernatural, to find the logical, however complex, within the seemingly magical. The Hollow Man is often cited as his masterpiece, a benchmark against which all other locked-room mysteries are measured. The novel's most famous chapter, Dr. Fell's Locked Room Lecture, is a brilliant piece of metafiction where Carr, through his detective, breaks down the very mechanics of the genre he helped to define. It's a moment where the author winks at the reader, sharing the secrets of his craft. So the next time you encounter a story of an impossible crime, remember the Hollow Man. Remember the snow, the silence, and the 2 brothers locked in their deadly game. And remember John Dickson Carr, the master illusionist who taught us that the most baffling mysteries are not the work of ghosts, but of the endlessly inventive and sometimes tragic human mind.